Hello everyone, I'm Mark. Welcome to Mark Space, the trilateral security partnership between Australia, the United Kingdom, and the United States, known as the AUKUS Agreement, announced on March 13th a more specific plan for the future. Australia's new nuclear-powered submarines will adopt the design of the UK's next-generation submarines and the advanced submarine technology of the United States. As a transitional measure, Australia will initially purchase 3 Virginia-class nuclear submarines from the United States in the early 2030s, with the option to purchase 2 more. The AUKUS plan is the largest defense expenditure project in Australia's history. This 30-year project is expected to cost over $133 billion and build 8 nuclear-powered attack submarines. Australia's military spending increased by as much as 4 in 2021, reaching $31.8 billion, ranking 12th in the world. The Australian Defence Force will expand from 60,000 to 100,000 personnel and will acquire advanced weapon systems such as F-35 fighter jets and attack submarines. The UK will be responsible for building the first AUKUS submarine, which will be delivered to Australia in the late 2030s. Then, Australia's first domestically built submarine of the same class will be delivered in 2042, followed by the construction of one every 3 years until the fleet reaches 8 submarines. In 2016, Australia announced the selection of France's Barracuda-class submarines as the next generation of submarines, not only because the performance of the French submarines is more advanced than that of competitors such as Japan and Germany, but also because they have a larger displacement and longer endurance time than conventional submarines based on the modified French Barracuda-class submarine. From this perspective, nuclear submarines with almost unlimited endurance are indeed more suitable for the needs of the Australian Navy. Based on the cruising speed of 5-6 knots and the 50-day endurance of a conventional submarine, starting from Australia, it can only stay in the South China Sea for about 11 days and barely reach the vicinity of Taiwan. However, with a cruising speed of 20 knots and an endurance of up to 90 days of an attack nuclear submarine, it can stay in the South China Sea for 77 days and cruise in the waters near Taiwan and Japan for about 73 days. Moreover, the construction cost of France's short-fin Barracuda-class conventional submarine is also expensive. The initial cost for building 12 submarines was 50 billion Australia dollars, or about $33.2 billion. However, the cost kept rising and almost doubled. In 2021, the estimated cost of the entire service life of these 12 conventional submarines was as high as 145 billion Australia dollars, equivalent to $96.3 billion. The high cost has made the Australian government very dissatisfied, and the contractor, the French Naval Group, cannot guarantee that 60 of the parts will be generated locally in Australia, which further angers Australian taxpayers. The French delays have also frustrated the Australian government. By 2021, the Naval Group had not completed the first phase of the design work, and the cost of this phase had risen from the initial $1.9 billion to $2.3 billion. These factors have raised doubts about whether this plan can really be completed, leading to the birth of the AUKUS nuclear submarine plan. As part of Australia's new submarine program, Australia will purchase multiple Virginia-class attack nuclear submarines from the United States. Originally, the United States planned to replace the Los Angeles-class with the Seawolf-class attack submarines. However, with the disintegration of the Soviet Union and China's submarines being far behind at that time, the super quiet but expensive Seawolf-class had no opponents, and only 3 were built before being cancelled. Subsequently, the United States launched the Centurion program as a low-cost replacement for the Seawolf class. The Centurion program gave birth to the Virginia class, abandoning the expensive large hull, deep diving capability, high speed, and high weapon carrying capacity of the Seawolf class, returning to a practical route and emphasizing mission flexibility, which can simultaneously satisfy a wide range of mission types from oceanic to coastal. And the Virginia class is slightly larger than the Los Angeles class, with a length of 115 meters, a width of 10 meters, and a submerged displacement of 7,900 tons. The estimated maximum diving depth is greater than 450 meters, surpassing the Los Angeles class but lower than the 600 meters of the Seawolf class. The Virginia class uses a newly developed Sninging pressurized water reactor, and the entire life cycle does not require fuel replacement. The diving speed can reach more than 30 knots. Like the Seawolf class, the Virginia-class submarine has a large spherical main passive sonar array at the bow, with 4 torpedo tubes in the front that can launch MiG-48 heavy torpedoes or submarine-launched Harpoon anti-ship missiles with a total of 25 torpedoes and missiles laden. In front of the sail, there are also 12 Tomahawk missile vertical launch tubes. Starting from the 5th batch in the future, the number of Tomahawk missile launch tubes will be increased to 40. A systems and roles. Royce are developing the next generation attack nuclear submarines for the UK. Base Systems will focus on the design and construction of the submarines, while Royce will concentrate on the research and production of the nuclear reactor. This new UK nuclear submarine, combined with some key technologies and weapons from the US, meets Australia's requirements and leads to the creation of the AUKUS nuclear submarine. Although the details of the AUKUS submarine have not been made public yet, we can see some clues from the current Astute-class submarines in the UK. The Astute-class is similar to the US Virginia class and is claimed to be the quietest nuclear submarine, with its sonar system also praised. The Astute-class submarine is 97 meters long, has a submerged displacement of 7,800 tons, and can travel at a maximum submerged speed of 30 knots. The hull is covered with 39,000 black rubber acoustic tiles to reduce noise. The Astute-class is one of the first submarines in the world to use water jet propulsion, which not only reduces noise but also improves efficiency and lifespan. It has 6 533mm torpedo tubes in the front that can launch Tomahawk cruise missiles, Harpoon anti-ship missiles, Spearfish heavy torpedoes, and other weapons, with a total of 38 torpedoes. Okay, that's all for today. Please continue to pay attention to Mark Space, and see you next time.